another question. So you're leaving quite soon, I think, that your trip is at the end anyway. What is the one thing that you will say to family, friends when you get back, when they go, oh, so how was Albania? You know, what's the key? And I'm not talking about work necessarily, but what left the biggest impression on you? What's the one thing you say, oh my God, you have to know this about Albania?
Oh, well, all of us came with a kind of open, and I think that was part of the group, and that's a testament to Grayson, you know, who brought us, that's how he is, right? And so, you know, coming with that open-mindedness and being accepting of different cultures and learning, like I said, it becomes that dialogue. So how beautiful the people are. And I didn't think they weren't going to be, but when you hear about all these historical things that happen, you might have a preconceived notion of like cynical or, you know, having, you know, down on this or maybe not, you know, negative.
It's a dangerous country.
Is it still in this mindset? And you can always see a residual of that, but you also see this want to not be that.
Yes.
And I was hearing people laugh on the street and to be honest, I don't hear that in LA, and I don't know if you go to New York and you don't hear that. We're in a very interesting times, but just the positive outlook and the positive projection or, you know, direction that everybody wants to head, but is also willing to do the work to head. In your legislation, your president, your Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth, and seeing how much they are supporting arts and film and entertainment. We call it entertainment as a whole, you know, TV, arts, you know, different type of projects, but having that support and not like, okay, yeah, well, it's on our radar. No, a priority is huge. And it's actually something that, you know, I wish the West, you know, I wish the United States would adopt more as a whole. Yes. You know, like I said, it's a very interesting time, and we're seeing some of that stuff go away in public schools, and how important the arts are to not only like, you know, support you creatively, support you in a potential career, but also tell your story as a country. Like, what do you want to tell your story today, go forward? And again, how positive the people are that I've met and how passionate and welcoming. And that's half the battle when we look at places to go. We're like, what's it like there? How are the people?
Yeah.
And are they willing to work together and willing to be like all hands on deck, right? Because sometimes you're like, well, I'm this position, I can't do that. When we get into our spaces, especially working with smaller budgets, either on commercials or smaller movies, it's all hands on deck. And I've actually seen that community and collaboration in a very positive light.
It's great. I think for me as well, I mean, I've been here 8 years now, but the people for me was one of the main things. Everyone's friendly, everyone will talk to you. As a woman, it's safe. I mean, I would imagine you have not felt once that you were in an unsafe situation here. Like, you see people in the street with their phones walking along like this, leaving their wallet on the table in a cafe. I mean, we do not do that in the UK anymore, you know. I walk alone at night anywhere. I walk home anywhere in the country as well. I've traveled alone at night, walked around cities in rural areas at night, and you wouldn't catch me doing that in the UK, you know. And for me, that's such it's a wonderful thing to have that level of freedom, you know, somewhere. I think we take it for granted, you know.
Well, yeah, like I said, we're feeling a bit of crunch in the US, but also the support of women and women in positions of decision making, and not only decision making, making priorities for things that, in my opinion, are very might get sidelined over in other areas, but being put front and center here, because I think it's really important that you tell your story. You know, and in what better way in all three of these areas working together and just seeing almost like the outside seeing what could be possible if you do that.
Yes. And this is a region where working together has sometimes been a bit complicated. So it's nice if countries can come together through art. What better way to do it? What will you be taking home when people ask you about Albania?
I'm taking home how European it feels here, and it is here. Because I think that there's a misconception maybe that people don't know that it's Europe. It really is. Like, and how warm and welcoming everybody is. It's amazing. Well,
good food?
Amazing.
Did you try raki?
Food. Of course.
Good.
Yes. very good night's rest after. And then I'm also taking back with me how, going back to what you were saying, the amount of female filmmakers, women filmmakers that are setting the stage and setting the scene and setting a high standard that everybody else has to catch up to.
Yes.
It's great. It's really wonderful to see. It's really exciting.
Mind-blowing, actually.
Yes.
You know, we met with Errol, who does Best, I believe. And, you know, I was like, what can you attest so many of these like projects getting into these high-level festivals that we know of, like the Sundance and the Cannes and stuff like that. He's like, women have a voice that they're sharing. And, you know, and I would say the unfortunate thing, it's coming from a place of not being able to probably share it as much, but the positive of it is, what is that story and what is that narrative? And look, it's putting all of this area on the map and showcasing what can be done here, and the people, like I said, like how beautiful it is and the beautiful people and stories.